This is Sunbrella Marine Outdoor Fabric and in a Pacific blue color. And I'm going to cut a piece of this. And we're going to take it and double it to 2 layers. And then double it again to 4 layers. And double it another time, which gives us a total of 8 layers of material, which is a heavy chunk of canvas. And we will slide that under our foot assembly. And let's just do some sewing on this so you can see what you can expect. Nice stitch quality, does a great job and forward. Of course, the machine sews in reverse too. You'll also notice that I have wonderful variable speed control. I can go nice and slowly with the machine, and of course I can step up the speed and go quite a bit faster. And we're punching through some heavy material here, so you hear that needle really banging through the material. The machine sews in both forward and reverse. Pushing this lever down gives you reverse. And then you have anything in between, so I can cut my stitch size simply by moving this lever down, or then go back up to full 6mm stitch this way. Lots of power and very, very nice stitches. Now, let's push it even further. Let's put that 8 layers down, and this is a 4,700 pound tubular, or not tubular, I'm sorry, 4,700 pound jackline webbing. So it's a big, thick chunk of webbing, and we'll put that right on top of this, and I want you to notice I'm going to be able to feed right over it easily, and it won't even really feel the difference. And we'll just go nice and slow. Just jumps right up into it, no problem whatsoever. I can even back into that assembly. Now that's what I call power. And if we flip that over, well, first let's look at it on the top. Stitch length stays very consistent even when we hit the bump. Flip it over, you can't even tell where we went over that webbing. Let's now take a seating vinyl. This is an algahide material, and we're going to fold this into really a much more substantial chunk than you would ever do, but of course we're trying to show you what you can do with the machine. So there's 2, there's 4, and there is 8 layers. Look at that chunk. Quite a bit of material there. This is going to be so much that it's even difficult to get it under the foot. And this is one of the reasons we also tell people you can sew whatever you can get under the foot of the machine. Look at that. Mass of material from the front. And the feeding capability in that material too. Here we are reversing in it. Catching my trailer there, but that won't hurt anything. And I'll pivot, let me pull that out, pivot on the needle, come down this way. Let's pull that out so you can see what it is that we're doing here. Very nice quality stitch, and really just too heavy of a chunk of material that you shouldn't really even be dealing with it. But the Ultrafeed can do it. Many of our customers want to know about sewing clear vinyl as well for windows, and this is the 30 gauge clear vinyl, so this folding it in half gives us roughly 60 gauge. And then I'll fold a layer of Sunbrella in half, and let's just show that the machine cannot differentiate between regular fabric and then getting into the glass. Still plenty of power, feeding capability is still every bit as good, stitch quality looks great. It doesn't matter whether the glass is up or down. So if we flip this around where the glass would be sticky against the casting of the machine, still feeds it like a champ. So expect to be able to handle clear vinyl very easily with your Ultrafeed machine. Now, one more thing I want to show you, and that is a material. This is called boat blanket, which is like a carpeting type material that we use for fender covers, and it builds thickness very quickly. There's 4 layers of boat blanket, but it also compresses fairly nicely. And this is just yet another example of the ability of that walking foot to really pull through excessively thick chunks of material. And this is so thick that you can barely even see the stitch line where it's pulled it together, but we just stitched through that. If you can put it under the foot, you can sew it with an Ultrafeed. Thanks for watching.